Hey there, my first star. How are you all doing? This is Miss Osborne with another Flip Learning video. Today is video number 2, and we are going to talk about the least common denominator, and we're going to use that today on just comparing rational numbers. Less than, greater than, or equal to. This is not a hard lesson, and this will be a short video. I'm going to show you 2 different problems, one just with fractions, and the other one with mixed numbers. It's going to have negative and positive mixed numbers. So hold on to your hat and let's go ahead and get started. On your guided notes, LCD, which is least common denominator. Least common denominator is the same thing as a least common multiple that you all did back in 6th grade. This is still will be a little refresher course. And it's just the least common multiple of the denominators. So right now we're just going to go ahead, we're going to get started with a couple of rational numbers. The first one, I have 3/8, don't work, let's try it again. 3/8, is it less than, greater than, or equal to 3/7? I can't compare these yet. I can do this 2 different ways. I can turn each fraction into a decimal. I like to work with fractions, so I'm going to change each fraction into equivalent fractions. That means they have to be equal. So an equivalent fraction of 3/8, an equivalent fraction of 3/7. The best way to do this, I have to find a common denominator between 8 and 7. Well, I could sit here and I could list my multiples out of 8. So I have 8, 16, 24, 32, let's go 40, 48, 56, and 64. And we know this. 8 times 1 is 8, 8 times 2 is 16, 8 times 3, 24, and so on. All of my multiples of 7. I have 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, and 56, and 63. But my least common multiple is 56. So we're going to make that into our new denominator of both 3/8 and 3/7. So I'm going to make 56 and 56 here. So this is what I call, I just have to make equivalent fractions. 8 will go into 56 7 times. 7 times 3 is 21. 7 will go into 56 8 times. 8 times 3 is 24. Now, with equivalent, or the least common denominator of both of these fractions, all I have to do is look at my numerator. 21 is less than 24. So my rational numbers, 3/8 is less than 3/7. Go ahead and copy this down, and we're going to move on to the next one. Okay, now we're going to compare in order, or just compare less than, greater than, and equal to these 2 rational numbers. Unlike the first one that I showed you, this is a mixed number. It's a whole number and a fraction, and it also is negative. The first thing we have to do is change everything into an improper fraction. So, it's a negative number, it's going to stay a negative number. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1, that's negative 3/2. 9 times 1 is 9, plus 7 is 16/9. Now, and it's still negative. So now I have negative 3/2, negative 16/9. So now the next thing I have to do, just like I did with the scene before, is find a least common multiple, or the least common denominator between 2 and 9. So I could sit here and I could write them all out, but I know that 18 is my least common denominator. And I do know that it's going to be negative because that does not change. So 2 goes into 18 9 times. 9 times 3 is 27. 9 goes into 18 2 times. 2 times 16 is 32. So I have 27 18s and 32 18s. Let's think of the number line. Is 32 farther away from 0 than 27? Absolutely. So negative 27/18 is greater than negative 32/18. That's it, guys. Easy lesson today. When you come back to class tomorrow, I have a fun project we're going to do. We're going to work together in groups, and we're going to compare and order rational numbers together. Until then, see you in the zone. Have a good evening.